Hello and welcome back to Tulu Talks. Growing up in Zimbabwe, the old ladies and the older aunties, so those that were like sort of in their 50s or and above, came across to me as a child as very miserable. Like, I really believed that they were miserable. There was something about getting old that made you miserable. And when I became an adult, I wasn't miserable, so I didn't understand it until the change. I'm 51 years old today, and I have grace for all women that are experiencing the change. This might not be a relevant topic for some of you coming on to the channel, but for some reason it's something I just wanted to talk about. And it's because I never understood why older women just come across as mean. Like, honestly, you would be like walking past someone and you're like, "Hi, auntie," and they look at you and they're like, "Hi," and then even here in the UK, the older women are the ones that are kind of short-tempered and snappy. And then it happened to me. So by nature, I am a optimistic person. I have always been a positive. I see the cup full rather than half empty. I'm the type of person that believes. I have a lot of faith. I believe life is good and God is good, so things are going to work out. I've always been like really positive and optimistic. And like I said, until the change. So going through menopause for me really had an impact on my spirit. It had an impact on how I view life. I'd never struggled terribly believing and having faith and seeing good. But all of a sudden, I have the shortest temper. Like, it doesn't take anything to irritate me. I can be driving and someone cuts me, and that's not even just the road rage. It's like pure irritation. I can see things, people can do things that are nothing. Like, in the big scheme of things, it is nothing, but I get irritated. And so I was going through this and I started questioning myself, because I wasn't aware it's part of menopause. I started questioning myself and wondering, am I depressed? Perhaps I'm depressed, So I went to see the GP again, my favorite place to go. Not really. I go when I'm feeling like I can't deal with it, because I'm a Christian, so my first point of contact is to pray, go to Jesus, go to God. But this irritability was getting to a point that I was starting to question whether I was okay. So went to the GP, explained to the GP my symptoms, just that I was struggling to really be happy, just tired all the time from not sleeping, very irritated, experiencing these smells, just constant smells. And so if anybody came near me with BO or sweat or just anything, it was like really loud for me. Like, I would see that person and all I would smell is whatever it was that I'm smelling. So for some people, it's like the curry that they've eaten. I can smell it on their breaths, and it's louder now because of this menopause. So I explained this to the GP, and the GP was so quick with "Oh yeah, you are depressed. Yeah, no, I can give you a prescription." And I said to him, "No, I'm not keen on doing medication unless I need it." And so I said to him, "I'm not too keen on the antidepressants." He says, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll prescribe it for a month, give you 3 weeks to try it, see how it goes after the 3 weeks. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't." And he said, "You'll give me a call after the 3 weeks." So I accepted the antidepressant medication, took it, and I didn't like how it made me feel, for one, so I stopped. I took it for, I'm going to say, maybe 3-4 days, and it just didn't make me feel good. I actually felt miserable now, and I realized that what I was feeling wasn't misery of being depressed, but it was more just this irritation. So he calls me back 3 weeks later, says to me, "How did it go?" I was honest. I said, "Not for me, really. I tried it, I felt worse. He says, oh no, but you're supposed to take it for the 3 weeks and then we give you another dose. And then, if we need to, we can up it or we can, reduce it. And I said to him, I really didn't think that antidepressants were for me. I was going to have to deal with it. But then I did share with him that I was very irritated. I could now work out that what I was feeling is irritation. So I told him that I'd researched it and I'd looked it up, and it is one of menopause symptoms. And he said to me, yeah, that is probably what it is. A lot of older women and women going through menopause, because menopause is not restricted to old age. Sadly, there are younger women that are experiencing menopause. I started at 42, and for 42, I was considered young to be going through it. So it was one of those that my GP kept saying, you're quite young to be going through this. Unfortunately, my mum had passed away. My mum had passed away at 50, and my mum's been dead for over 20 years now. So I didn't get a chance to talk to my mum about menopause. So I didn't know what to look for. The only person that I had experienced menopause with was one of my dad's sisters, and she's just a positive person. So it wasn't like it was a massive thing that we could say, oh, she's really struggled. It was just literally a little thing like a hot flush or so. But now I understood that, okay, this irritability is actually part of menopause. So I, was trying to make a conscious effort to not be irritated. Now, can I tell you, for me, others might control it, but for me now, if I'm irritated, I am just irritated. And it was getting to a point that I think my kids were feeling the weight, like I would see, like if I open the room and I walk in, as mothers do, we just walk in and just look. I don't know why I do that, but I've seen now it's a mother thing to do. I'm so grateful for Instagram and TikTok and the social media, which shows the same sort of behaviors that parents do. And I'm one of those mothers that just open the door, walk in, look at you, just check, come in, sort of proof of life. You're okay, cool, I'm going back, But the kids would look tense when I'd walk in. And then I noticed I became nitpicky, and I'd be like, okay, so why is that cup there? Why is this there? Why is that? All irritation. So now when I discovered that, actually, this is part of menopause, I explained to my kids, and I said, I'm so sorry that I'm very irritated with everything, and it's nothing to do with you personally. I just don't know how to stop it. It was quite a long period. I'm going to say a couple of years of me really dealing with this irritability, and it was getting to a point where my conversation changed. Instead of being positive and upbeat, I started getting negative. I really started being like, oh, so-and-so this and so-and-so that and so-and-so this and so-and-so that. And then I got to work. I changed jobs and I started a new job. And in that job, I met a woman that was already in that stage. And she and I were like just encouraging each other. And it was just like, she's negative, I'm negative, and we're both negative. And it was just, and one day God just stopped me and said, you're not giving glory. You're not giving glory to me as a believer. You've taken this on as though it's yours. And I really felt like I had to stop myself, just have a moment and stop myself and say, okay, it's a symptom, but I don't have to be irritable all the time. I can control it. So as soon as a thought would come and I'm just about to get irritated, somebody's just looked at me, or someone's come and touched food or done something, and I'm about to just get irritable, I would just be like, okay, God, help me, please, Lord, help me. And so I got through the irritability, and I'm going to be honest, I'm on the other side now. I'm not irritable as much. I still do feel some kind of irritabilities, but I'm talking about it had really gone bad. And where I am now, I am so on the other side. Then in one of my jobs, I'm not going to really say much about my job, my role or anything, but in one of my jobs, I worked in an office that had over 100 people in this office, and we would sit at desks all sort of positioned around each other and whatever. And there was a day, I remember this bizarre feeling. Firstly, people of color, black people, we feel hot and we feel cold. We feel both temperatures. Our Caucasian relatives tend to always feel hot. And so I would be in an office where they would open the windows and it is winter, and here I am normally freezing. I'm cold. I'm the type that sits with the heater at my feet. But there was a day I walked in. It was summer, so I really was enjoying the weather. It was a nice, comfortable day, but it wasn't a hot day. So in UK, we don't really have this much hot days during summer. We call it summer, but we don't have that many hot days. We have summer, warmer weather, but not terribly. I come from Zimbabwe, Africa, where I know what hot weather is. And I was sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden, I just felt like heat. I don't even know how to describe this heat. I just felt this heat coming, but I felt like it was coming from my feet, and it came up, and all of a sudden I could feel my face, and my face felt hot. My neck, my arms, I felt hot. It was almost like if you've ever ran a marathon, or in Zimbabwe we call it cross country. If you've ever done cross country and you've been running for about 5 kilometers, you feel this heat in your body, like your cheeks, everything is just hot because you've been running. I felt like I had just been running in a sauna. That's what it felt like. I looked around me almost like expecting somebody to be like, oh wait, sorry, the heater's been put on or something, and nobody. People just was carrying on. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and then all of a sudden I had sweat all around just all around my mouth, full sweat. And I went to get a napkin, a tissue, and I dabbed, and that tissue soaked. Like within 1 second of me just dabbing, it soaked. So I was quite quick with it. I thought, okay, I don't know what's happening. My heart started racing. I started having a panic attack, like, oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? And I was just so hot. So I quickly packed up my stuff, put my laptop in my bag, got out, boom, left the office. I got into the car. I felt slightly better. That helped me. Then I got home. I went in, I had a shower, came out. I was okay. That moment was gone. Couldn't understand it. Just thought, that's bizarre. I wonder what happened there. Was waiting every day for about a month, 2 months, nothing. And then one of my friends, I went to sort of visit, and one of my friends who's the same age as me just shared and said, oh my goodness, I'm getting hot flushes. And then she described it, and I was like, OMG, that is exactly what I felt. Like I've had a hot flush. And my friend was telling me that they sleep in with the windows open, curtains are open, the fan is literally on them 24/7, because this is part of the symptoms. And a thought came, and I said, how many women do we normally see that are older that wear jerseys and jumpers? Anyone sort of between 40 and 60 tend to always be in like little vest tops. They tend to be in like little cardies. They're not like in heavy jersey jackets. They're like in these light clothes, like, And then I thought, this is what the hot flush is. This is exactly what the hot flush is. And when people talk about it, I thought the hot flush is like it's something that you're just going to feel like a bit of wind, hot wind coming on you. Oh, hot flush, and then it's gone. I didn't realize it comes from the inside. It happens on the inside of you. And this is how it feels. You feel like you're burning up. And so I'm just going to say to everyone, husbands, mothers, children, friends, cousins, colleagues, if you know anyone that's in their 40s and 50s and they are asking for the windows to be open. They are putting a fan on in winter. Please forgive them and let them do it, because it is a burning sensation. You are burning from the inside out, and you're so hot. And this happened to me a couple of times. I'm blessed that it didn't happen as much as it did my other friends, although I would always have the little bubble of water around my mouth and my face. People have seen that, I'm sure. A lot of my friends and colleagues have seen that. That is all part of the hot flush, guys. And so that was one of the other symptoms that I had, and the hot flush took me out, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I would sit, and if I just felt the teeniest bit of heat coming from inside, oh my gosh, I would start to have a panic attack, because the first time I had that hot flush, it winded me. I didn't know what was happening. I wasn't prepared. No one had shared. No one had suggested that this is what a hot flush is going to feel like. I just really thought it was just going to feel like, like when you have a heater or something blow hot air on you. And I thought it was going to be that. I did not know it would be from the inside, and that I would have a panic attack because of it. So I will say to all people, please, if women are asking for the window to be open, have it open. If they're asking for a fan, give them the fan. It isn't an easy, comfortable thing. You have no choice. You can't cool yourself down. It is happening, and it is happening. When it does cool down, it cools down. I remember praying and saying, oh God, I don't know if I can manage this. Please don't let me have hot flashes. I did have a couple, but I'm blessed to say that the first one I had, I can probably only remember 3 other times it being that bad. I can probably only remember about that many times. But the daily flush where I'm hot on my face and I'd feel this, I would have that quite often. So when you see an older woman in skimpy clothes, she's in a vest, it's winter, in summer she's in a strapless little something, it's only because that's the only way they can try and cool down. You're looking for some relief from this heat. So I know I've shared a lot of my personal journey on this menopause conversation, but it is something that I wanted to just speak about, because I do think that there isn't enough conversations around menopause, and people aren't really talking about it still. It's almost taboo. It's like, oh, it's a woman thing, let's not talk about it. But I really feel encouraged to talk about it, because it's a reality, and it's one I've just gone through. So to all other women that are going through it, hold on, sister, hold on. You're going to get to the other side. You're going to get to the other side, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It doesn't matter how hot you feel. You are going to cool down. You're not going to blow up. You're not going to explode. You'll feel like you are. You're not going to explode. Give yourself time. Give yourself permission to feel upset. Give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling, because if you feel like you have to try and quickly clean up, and you got to quickly try and dry up and make sure nobody can see it happening, you're putting yourself under pressure. Instead, just breathe. Let's breathe, women. This is all part of nature. This is what God made. We were going to go through it. Every woman is going to go through it in a different way. And your symptoms might not be some of the symptoms I've had. Yours might be different. But I would say it's worth going online, reading up about it. I've done a podcast where I've spoken with a scientist who breaks down the sort of different aspects of menopause. I may upload that one of these days, but I just want to encourage women to say, hold on, you're going to get to the other side. I'm 51 and I feel like I'm on the other side. I have no hot flushes at the moment. I'm less irritable. I don't smell smoke anymore. So I'm on the other side, and I'm just going to encourage you to do some research, find out what you need to, because the doctors don't really know much, because it's different in each woman. Like, I started out seeking my doctor's support, and they gave me support, but it was without realizing that some of this is really just part of nature, and it's going to happen. So from Tulu Talks, I want to encourage everyone,